What color are my pants, dude? I see purple. My mom says she sees gray, but I swear they're purple. I want people to see gray, because I think purple is a weird color of pants to wear, but, you know, it doesn't matter because they fit pretty nicely. Will we ever see a Soul Sacrifice 2? Now, this... Okay, all topics all topics always just kind of pop into my head. But this one was a very serious topic that just popped into my head. Alright, when did Soul Sacrifice come out? It was about, I want to say, a year or two after the Vita's initial release in the US. It came out earlier in Japan, but it wasn't that far off from the US. And then Delta came out, you know, a couple months after that, and then shortly after they gave it to us in the US. And all dub, which was awesome. All dub, not just all dub, but like the Soul Sacrifice story. God, man, that thing is crazy. Just the other day, whenever I got my new memory card and I was going on that second trip, I re-downloaded Soul Sacrifice and I opened it. I realized I didn't finish all this stuff. There was some more stuff that I missed, so I played it. And right off the bat, I was just like, God, this story is just so good, man. God, I don't know how they did it, but that story is just phenomenal. So, you know, we haven't heard anything at all from Soul Sacrifice Keiji Inafune at all, man. But whenever Soul Sacrifice Delta came out, it was weekly content coming out, all for free. That shit was crazy, dude. I'm telling you, Keiji Inafune, bro, the more I think about it, good God. We got so much stuff for Soul Sacrifice Delta. Even for Soul Sacrifice, we got so much stuff. And like, so we got all that stuff for Soul Sacrifice, and then all of a sudden Soul Sacrifice Delta came, and we got even more stuff. Dude, I miss those days, man. I miss those days of Soul Sacrifice because, oh, God. It was just so beautiful going onto the PlayStation blog site, and the big thing you see on the Vita section was new DLC for Soul Sacrifice Delta. God. So also, whenever, you know, Soul Sacrifice Delta was getting to the end of all the DLC was coming, I remember there was some posts I saw talking to Keiji Inafune and all the developers. Will we see a Soul Sacrifice Delta 2? Or I mean a Soul Sacrifice 2? And the response was sort of, I can't remember if Keiji Inafune handed off the title of Soul Sacrifice to somebody else. I can't remember. I know that happened for Freedom Wars, but I can't remember that's what happened for Soul Sacrifice. I might be wrong, you know, I'm not sure. But I do know that they were saying some stuff like, it's not off. Like, that's not, we think about that all the time. We think about having another version of it. But it's up to, you know, whether... I think it was like Sony Japan, they want us to or something like that. But either way, they wanted to do something like that. You know, Soul Sacrifice 2 was something that they wanted to see. But, you know, I don't know, it was just a lot of stuff happening that they couldn't talk about it right away. And this was, like I said, this was kind of still fresh whenever Soul Sacrifice Delta had just come out in the US. Digital only. See, that's another thing. That the fact that Delta came out digital only, you know, they were already weary of giving another game to us in the US, you know, and they kind of just were barely able to give it to us in the US. And the reason why it didn't come out as a remaster is because at that time, PS4 wasn't so God looked like it wasn't just this holy figure. And Vita was still doing all right, you know, it was early in his life, it wasn't doing so bad where they wanted to just bring everything to the PS4 if it came from Japan. So, I don't know, like, it's just, if we can get, oh my God, I want to say it might not happen because ever since Delta, like, this is like 2-3 years ago, we have not heard a single thing about Soul Sacrifice at all, you know. Nothing, not even a peep, nothing at all has happened with it. The game, I haven't been online, but I think the game is still active online. I'm pretty sure you can still find lobbies and stuff, and people are so OP. Like, I'm talking like they've prestiged like 99 times. They one hit like every boss. I myself never played it that much to get to that point. I wanted to, but I don't know what happened. Oh yeah, I think Freedom Wars came out something like, I don't know, Persona 4 I think it was. Yeah, I got Persona 4 and I needed space, so I deleted Delta. It was tragic. It was tragic. But you know, imagine if we did get Soul Sacrifice 2. For me, I don't think it's a possibility. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Not ever. I don't want to say it's never gonna happen. It could happen, but I can't see it happening anytime soon. And if it did happen, there's no way in hell it would be for the Vita. But you see, the thing is with doing stuff like that, as you notice, whenever they take Vita game exclusives from us, put them on PS4, you can't just put the sequel on PS4, because then people are like, what is this game? Why is it number 2? Where's number 1? You know, then you have to go through making a remaster for the PS4, all that jazz, and then you bring it to the PS4 along with the remasters, just like they did with Gravity Rush. And it seems like Gravity Rush was sufficient enough, you know, to make that leap for the sequel to come to PS4. But maybe they're thinking Soul Sacrifice isn't worthy, you know, to do the whole remaster. If they did remaster, they could just forget about Soul Sacrifice and just make it Delta. Maybe they could name Soul Sacrifice Delta, just Soul Sacrifice when they bring it to the PS4, because Soul Sacrifice is kind of irrelevant. We don't even talk about that, because Soul Sacrifice had so many problems. Delta fixed everything. But and then at the end of the day, or another side of the spectrum, it could also be that they're remastering Soul Sacrifice as we speak. You know, they're doing that right now. Maybe even adding in a little bit more stuff, but basically just keeping it as Delta's story, Soul Sacrifice and Delta's all conjoined together to be coming to the PS4. That would be legendary. That would actually be kind of legendary, because I would love to replay Soul Sacrifice. Like, I don't forget anything. Cause that's the thing. The story of Soul Sacrifice, you can't forget that shit. Like, it just sticks with you. It's such a good story. But you know, either way, I know a lot of people maybe wouldn't want it on PS4, but at the end of the day, it still would be crazy, amazing. Just like Freedom Wars. If Soul Sacrifice came to the PS4, it would honestly be insane what they could do with that IP. Same with Freedom Wars. It would be insane. Insane. And the only reason why I think like this, you might get mad at me for always talking about these games coming to PS4, but the only reason why I think like this is because the only way we're gonna get a sequel for these games, or the only way we're gonna ever get to see anything more of these games at this day and age, is if they come to the PS4. So the only thing I can think of, the only thing I can talk about, is it coming to the PS4. Now, of course, I would love it to stay a Vita exclusive, but at the same time, I don't know if I would, because that would, you know, that one game isn't gonna save the Vita. You know, it's not gonna bring it back up. For Japan, oh my god, it would, you know. But for the US, just these games that nobody knows about already, it's not gonna do anything, you know. There's no hope left for the Vita, so that's why I just keep talking about them coming to the PS4. As sad as it sounds, that's just reality, and we all have to accept that. We all have to. And if you don't accept that, then you're gonna be stuck in the past, and you're just gonna have false hope all the time. So, it's more of, do you love the games more than do you love the console? And we love the games, you know. Do you want these games to succeed, or do you want them to fail? If you want them to succeed, then you're with me. If you want them to fail, then you're still thinking of just having another Vita. Anyways, I've talked too much about this. I've gone off topic. But, you know, the idea stands that I do want Soul Sacrifice to be returned into a sequel format. And the only way for that to happen is if it came as a remaster for PS4 and they brought Soul Sacrifice 2 to the US, or to the PS4 as well. That's just how it is. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to see a Soul Sacrifice 2. And this topic, I can't believe I've never talked about this, because I've not talked about Soul Sacrifice in at least 3 years. I've not done anything Soul Sacrifice related. So this was an overdue video I had to make. So let me know what you guys think. I missed that game. Man. But be sure to leave a comment. Oh wow. Oh, don't do that. Be sure to leave a comment, a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Just about the time when your mom's is probably leaving. Now I'm ready, about to make a move. Don't look back, cause I'ma ask your ass to move. Skipping through the line, tiptoeing real smooth. Any other average human would just get fooled.
but you